Okay, so welcome to the Training is podcast. I'm your host. I'm Jonathan, JF Media founder, owner, and we specialize in health, we specialize in fitness and well-being and mindset. And this podcast is predominantly for me to share a little bit about my story, about sports, about health, and about fitness, and about that journey through JF Media, and to share with you some of the people that I meet, some of the people that have influenced my journey, and to share their story as well. So, without further ado,
All right.
let me introduce the first guest
Come on
who
now.
needs no introduction
Come
out
on now.
here, Mr. Javeno
Do me
Mclean.
proper. Do me proper. It's the JAV.
It's a
My guys don't
JAV.
eat KFC. Spin it, back it, slap it. Boom. Let's have it. Come
Here
on
we
now.
go. Here
All
we
right.
go. Yeah, here we are, Javeno. Welcome.
What you say?
Welcome.
What you
You
say?
know, we've been planning this for a while.
Hot minute.
It's been in the cards, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited, bro. I'm very excited
talking
about
about?
what we've got to say out here. So,
Mhm.
you know, obviously we could talk for a long time about a lot of this stuff, but
Forever.
let's kind of go into a little bit about what you're up to at the moment briefly, and then we'll think about our subject. So tell me what it is right now, Javeno J7.
I'm just trying to make people happy.
Mm.
That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give people memories. Trying to make the nannies, the grannies, the grandpuppies, the cats and dogs. I'm trying to make families happy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do nothing else but disguise fitness and just trying to give people as much of me as I can. You understand? Because I truly believe that. You know what? Because I love this, I can get other people to love this. Because I'm in love with this, I can make other people fall in love with this, despite age or ability. And to be honest, bro, the last couple of months have been mad. The nation is going crazy for what I'm doing, and I'm loving it, and I'm appreciative, man. I'm humbled.
Yeah.
I'm humbled. I'm rarely humbled, but I've been humbled.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've been humbled.
I feel for me as well, like when I see somebody who truly loves what they do, like yourself, and I see that person winning, it makes me happier than you won't
for real.
believe, fam. And you know, helping be a part of that journey and helping support that as well has been a pleasure for me as well. And
Not
even
everybody wants to see you win, bro.
Yeah.
Like, me and you spoke about it loads.
That's
Not
it,
everybody
yeah.
wants to see you win. 90% of the people that you come across do not want you to win. Like every bit of success you take, there's somebody out there screwing up their face, sat there kissing the teeth, looking at you, screwing up their face, because it must highlight that they're not winning. It must highlight that they're not doing nothing. It must highlight that they're sat at home, they ain't even grafting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think in the last year, the more I've achieved, I see more hatred than ever before. You know.
I feel like it's a good place to start, because I feel like for me, even though I am into mindset and I am into, you know, motivational stuff and, you know, all this, like, I truly believe that, you know, executing is the highest form that we can be as human beings. Like, I feel like reading all the books, looking at all the theory doesn't sort of like prepare you for what's about to happen. And I feel like for me, that's been one of those situations where I've sat on the sidelines before. I've sat on the sidelines and thought, you know, I'll think about stuff, and then nothing's really happened. None of this stuff really happened until I went out there and actually executed some of the stuff that I feel was important for me to grow. And knowing all the stuff is fine, but actually doing it is a different story as well.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
People don't execute. So you're talking about execution. How does somebody execute successfully? This is one question I say to people, especially them youngsters. They ain't executing successfully because they don't believe. And like this is not even trying to be corny. They don't believe. Like, so if whether it's me in my field or you in your field, a hairdresser, a builder, you have to believe to the point where it's an obsession. It kind of takes over your life. So when I'm doing my thing, bro, it's obsessive. You know, when I'm in the bath, I should be switching off sometimes. Man's on his phone, bro, looking at different things. I could be at home with my missus and my kids, watching something on TV and something I see on the movie or the show that I'm watching on Netflix. I go, do you know what? Let me get in my notes and boom, 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 write that down. It's an obsession. So I think when people execute successfully, it's because they've got a level of belief that you can't even explain. Even words can't explain it. If you used to
Yeah.
explain to me now
Mm.
your level of belief in what you're doing with JF Media,
Yeah.
you won't be able to describe it in words. And if you can describe it in words, you ain't believing enough.
It's hard to, because I feel like there's so many layers to it in terms of belief, and I feel like there's kind of two methods, I suppose. Like when you go upon a journey, like so, like this for me, like we've talked about this before. Like people around me, people that are closest to you, they kind of see you doing stuff, and they're like, yeah, okay, you're doing stuff. Yeah, you know, you're doing stuff, whatever. And they're like, oh, you like doing it. Okay, you like doing a lot of stuff. You like eating chocolate. You like, you know, you like lying in your blood clot bed. You know what I mean? Like, you like doing a lot of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I always say, like, when people see the level of obsession that you have with certain things, when they see you not going out with your friends, when they see you staying up all night grafting, when they see you take a different level, when they see you change as a person, that's when they know, they're like, wow, you know. But the thing is, you, before all of that, you knew that was going to happen. So when people say, is that what you're on now, Jay? You're not that surprised. Like, same with me, I'm not that surprised I'm at this stage now, because I already knew before.
You know what? I sometimes look at the stuff now that I'm doing and kind of say, I knew this was going to happen. Don't ever take that like I'm being ignorant. I knew this was going to happen. See, before any of this started happening, I knew this was going to happen. I knew everything that's happening now was going to happen. Everything. Bro, I thought about it meticulously. Like, even the other day I found a picture in my old cricket journal from India of a drawing that I did of J7. And I'm telling people J7 was made 12 years ago as well. It was made more than that. You know what I mean? So I knew this was going to happen. And what I can't stand is when I never kill no one's dream. But I realised that, you know, when you've got a vision or a dream or a focus that's that powerful, you take it personal, the slightest. How many times has somebody said something to you that's a minor to them, but it infuriates you?
Oh, yeah.
You might say, do you know what, I'm planning to do this with JF Media. And because you believe in it and you love it and because it's what you want to do. All it takes is for somebody to go, are you sure? And you take it personal. You take it personal. But I think it fuels you a bit more. I think it fuels your fire a bit more.
I do think, like, you know, for me, to be honest, it might have been from sports, like my kind of overall resilience and single-mindedness towards something. I feel like that's something I feel like I've got from sports, where I come into business and people go, I don't know about that, or you get feedback, or somebody tries to like say, oh, are you sure you want to be doing this? You kind of understand where they're coming from. And then at the same time, you're like, well, you can't see what I see, so I forgive you. But at the same time, you're like, I'll take your opinion to the bank and I'll cash it in, won't I?
Do you know what, though?
Let me take that to the bank.
You know what, though? Question: Do you like your business? Do you like this business?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's something. I suppose it feels like a natural extension of myself.
Yeah.
In a way, like me being around all this stuff, me with the cameras, me sat in front of my computer editing, having about 20 million of these around, like it's just it feels easy, like breathing for me. It feels like that, but I'm not saying it's not hard. It can test your patience, and you know, but it's something that it's hard to wrap my head around sometimes, because you know, 6 years ago, I didn't really feel like this was a career path for me, and now, you know, 5 years later, this is all I do.
I ask you that, John, because I'm a bit different.
Yeah. How do you feel about
I
it?
hate this business. I hate this business. I love what I do in my little section, what I bring to the industry. But see, this industry, I can't stand this industry. I can't stand some of the things that I see. It infuriates me. The question that me and you was chatting about the other day is, what are you selling? Are you selling sex or fitness? Are you selling sex, or are you trying to educate people on health? I can't stand. You know how much man nipples I see? Man backing off the tops, baby, yo. I say it on Instagram all the time. What are you selling? Why don't you sell me your craft? Sell me, show me something. Show me something that's going to make me take off my hat and go, do you know what? That's wicked.
Yeah,
I've learned something. You show me something sick. These people, well, do you know how much people in the industry are just trying to sell sex rather than educate people? It drives me mad.
What would you say to the person who says that this is the way the game is now, this is the way you have to play it?
I'll tell them to go headbutt a wall and pack your bags and get out of the industry. Yeah? Start back off your top. Start backing off your top and showing man nipples. See too many hairy nipples in my time. I don't want to see no man nipples. And the girls, listen to this now. I've gotten some huge... Fam, this argument was peak. This was about 2 years ago. I ain't going to say a name. She went at me on Facebook because she thought I was coming at her. But I wasn't. I was just making a general, statement. I said, stop doing the universal booty pose. The pose that the girls do. You know which one? Where you turn your body and cock your body up like this.
Yeah, we know that.
I said, stop doing that. I said, stop doing that because there's young girls that are coming into my gym that feel like they have to, there's pressure to look a certain way, to see what the women are doing on Instagram and social media, all these Americans, and there's pressure to look a certain way. There ain't nothing wrong with the way you look now. Enjoy being a child and looking like a child. Ain't no 12, 13-year-old should be looking, trying to have a booty like these Americans or whoever they see on Instagram. So these women are doing this pose. And do you know what? I can't tell nobody to do anything. Yeah. But if you're an exercise professional, be professional. Show me something. Teach these girls something. Educate them in a different way rather than just trying to pose with your body out, with your booty out. That ain't going to teach these girls nothing. These girls have already got pressure to look and feel a certain way. Let them live and let them be kids. You understand?
I always think about that in terms of, like, I feel like in a fitness industry sense as well, like, the girls, you know, like, in society in general, it's different for a woman. We're rated on different things than it is for a man. Okay, so in that space, I do feel like there's a real big difference, you know, because, you know, let's have a look at certain things. Okay, it's the booty now. In it, like, I feel like I'm old enough to know, and you know, without being cheeky, you're definitely old enough to know, like, in the 90s.
Without being cheeky. Bro, I trust this place right now. I'm only 2 years older, Jonathan. Yeah. Hair's growing back as well. Look, you see it coming back?
Yo, man, my hairline.
Two couples.
It's a bit peak out. Let me put this hat back on, man. Ruin my whole reputation out here.
Let's both put the hat back on.
But still, I mean, yeah, it is one of those things when, for me, I'm not really a person who's into aesthetics like that. You know, I feel like, okay, this guy might be massive, he might be wham, but you can't jump like me. You can't run like me. And the same with the girls. You might look a certain way, but you can't lift no weights. You're not strong.
Oh, you know what's mad?
You know,
it's like crazy that you said that. I know we're just freestyling this. Me and my missus had a convo the other day, and it was, I can't remember how it started, but it was about not obsessions with bodies, but I can't remember how we started. But long story short, I'm not obsessed with my physique, you know. Like, sorry, cut out the burp. I'm not obsessed with my physique. Where the majority of people now have got somewhat of an obsession with a certain body part. It could be a man trying to get nice arms, a chest, women trying to get nice legs, abs, or whatever. I generally do not give a damn. So however I look is just a byproduct, an end product of my training.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's conditioning.
And I think me and my missus, we kind of got, she was saying, well, do you not want to have nice arms? I said, not one bit of me goes in the gym saying, yo, I need to look a certain way. Yeah. And I feel like I'm being dead. You know, let me tell you something. Yeah. You know, I don't back off my top on holiday.
Yeah, well, we spoke
about. You know,
about,
like, people don't believe. I feel it makes me uncomfortable, John.
This is mad, you know.
I told you the other day, but ask my woman.
Yeah.
Ask her. Like, I find it uncomfortable to take my top off. Like, I genuinely do. I just got. That's not my thing. You know how many photo shoots I've done when people are saying, "Okay, back off your top." I say, "You
Yo, is that in the contract?
I don't know who you think you're talking to, baby. But yeah, I ain't backing off. No, I did one in there last year when they wanted me to back off my top and they wanted me to back off my top and do some pull-ups. I said, hell no.
Yeah.
Listen. You don't need. I don't need to take off my top. I need you to listen to my words.
Yo, that's
you understand?
Bad.
You hear that? You hear that? I'm gonna say it again. You don't need to take off. I don't need to take off my top. Listen to my words. You understand? And I think if more PTs, exercise professionals, whatever they want to call themselves, have that kind of ethos, yeah, it's not about what you look like. Yes, you have to be in shape, and I get it. But my job is to get other people in shape. Yeah, to stimulate you mentally, physically, emotionally, to take you on a journey that you ain't never been before. That can't happen if the journey starts with me backing off my top. What's that? What's anybody gonna get that from that?
It's like what we were saying as well. Like going back to the question, what are they selling? If I've got my top off, so it's like you going to work in the office and you going with your top off. How professional is that? You come on a Zoom call with your nipples out. Like, so,
hey!
I know.
Welcome.
So, yeah, I mean, all right, Julie. But yeah, I mean, it is one of those, isn't it? Like, I think there is that where you've already set the tone now. You set the tone, so you can't go back from here. So it's like it's the same with what I do. Okay, you have to be proficient at what you do. Okay, I need to know how to work everything. I need to know what my lighting's doing. I need to know why I'm doing certain things. So there's that proficiency. Okay, so I need to know what I'm doing with a camera. I need to know how to expose. I need to know why I'm doing certain shots to get exactly what I want for the job. But there is another thing that people don't talk about enough, and it's often like your manner. How can you conversate with people? How can you make them feel comfortable so these cameras just disappear? How can you make somebody feel comfortable? Because the awkwardness shows up. If you're not able to communicate properly, if you're not able to this is not normal for people. This is, still nowadays, even though we've got phones, we've got stuff like you pulling out all this camera equipment, and then I'm just like, yo, come on, let's take these pictures. It's not natural for everyone. So you do get a lot of people who do what I do, who think that the gear makes them better, when really, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter.
John, look at this. Me and you worked together for a few years now, yeah? Why do you think I've stayed with you? You've got to give me more than one element. So everyone, whatever the skill is, whatever the talent is, that's the main element, yeah? You got to give me more than that. So your main element is your skills with the cameras. You got to give me more than that. My main element is getting people in shape. You think that's enough for you to stay with me as a client?
Yeah, that's it.
You've got to give me more. I was talking about them layers. You've got to give me more. And I think a lot of people don't get that.
Well, yeah.
I heard this the other day. I'm not going to name the person. Person on Instagram the other day messaged me. He shouted him out. He's a good guy, man. He's a really good guy. He's funny as hell. A bit ditzy as well. But he's got, I think, 140,000 followers. I've only got 13k. So I'm not big, but he said he's not really getting much engagement, and he watches my page and he's in love with the page, and he's amazed that my page, like a lot of my posts may get 500, 600 likes, and he's like, how are you doing that? And I said, listen, you think you getting your top off every 2 minutes and taking selfies, you think there's no substance to that? You think people ain't seen that before? You're not giving nobody nothing to watch. You got to give people a reason to listen to your voice. What are you saying? What are you doing? You understand what I'm saying? And it led on to the influencer thing that we was talking about before. I don't give a rat's. Can I say ass?
Yeah, you can say ass.
I don't give a rat's batty cheeks about being an influencer. I just want respect. So that people are tuning in and listening to what I'm saying and asking for advice and guidance, it shows that they respect my word and my expertise. I don't give a damn about being an influencer. He's setting out his whole career plan trying to be an influencer. And I think, how about you just say some real shit?
Well, I always kind of have a look at this in a way where if you kind of don't really think about why you want to do something and not go deeper than the surface level, like it's almost like, when you get people who, back in the day maybe, somebody said to them, oh, get that job, it's a good job that, and then they just got that job, and then they get to a certain age and they think, oh, why am I doing this?
Mhm.
And then, you know, you get people who have breakdowns, and you get people, you know, if you're just only thinking about that surface level of what you really want to do, when it gets tough, it breaks you.
Yeah.
Like, it really does. I mean, because obviously I used to be a personal trainer.
Mhm.
That's what I used to do. But then it got to, it's almost 10 years ago now, I decided I didn't want to do it anymore.
Mhm.
And then I kind of thought, well, right, did I do this because I wanted to really do this? Or did I just do this because I look a certain way, I'm athletic, and somebody goes, oh, yeah, that, you know, be a personal trainer.
That's
I
what.
mean,
No,
and
no
it's
offense.
like,
No
yeah,
offense to you, my
yeah,
boy. I love you. That's what the majority of people get into training for.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I like the gym.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like training.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
should
yeah.
be a PT.
A PT, yeah.
And this is the reason why I hate being called a PT. I don't call myself a PT.
Yeah.
I don't. I like most interviews that I do. I say or anything articles. Don't describe Javeno as a PT. It's been diluted, bro. I hate the word.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
My you know, my mum could be a PT like in 2 weeks. My mum, your mum,
Yeah,
could go online now, do a course and be a PT. The word PT has been diluted. I hate the word PT. The word professional has been diluted. Do you know there's man out there? They never had a fight in their life. Never had a fight in their life. Oh, what? I did two jabs. two hooks and crosses. Feeling a bit, feeling myself a little bit. I'm gonna try this boxing thing. They can go get a license.
Well,
you know what? I know professional boxers who are not professional, that they're now actual. I say how? You man couldn't fight sleep.
Well, look, this is something that I look at, like, so and to be fair, when I did my PT course, this guy, Mick, who was the tutor on the course, he just says, like, you know, he had a bit of a problem with it because he said, like, name any other profession, yeah, where you can go and train for, you know, a relatively short time, and then suddenly you're a professional.
Yep.
Like, you think about it, like, or would you become, like, you know, the marketing, become an elite PT in 6 weeks? When do you become an elite anything?
Exactly.
In 6 weeks.
Yep.
An elite, you know, I named something I can't say. You can't become an elite anything in
Never.
6 weeks. So it's actually, you know, it's marketing, and like, and I feel like the same as with what I do, same with what you do. There's a lot of parallels there where people think it's a lot easier than it actually is, you know, and people don't consider how much work you put in to actually do what you do.
Yeah.
And that's something which I feel is kind of, you know, when it comes back to the influencers and all that stuff, you know, I have that conversation all the time, like, what, you know, what are they actually influencing, you know? And you know, that image that you're
nothing. They're just been paid to promote something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been paid to promote something. You ain't saying you're not saying nothing.
And I think, like, the other side of it as well is that, you know, when these people are projecting Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect, who always, you know, has this diet, always looks a certain way, that, you know, I always feel like that person, you know, that you actually are gets lost. I know we can't, you know, we're not on social media 100% of the time, so it's hard to know exactly who somebody is from looking on social media. But I feel like a lot of people do compare themselves to that image, and I feel like it's dangerous.
Social media is dangerous, bro.
I feel like
you remember when you're like, I know you said I'm old, yeah, but bro, me and you are similar.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Different but similar. 37, 35.
Yeah.
Same but different. That's what they say in Thailand, isn't it?
Yeah.
But listen, you remember when they used to say real recognize real? You know, social media now, all it is fakeness. Or you see it and you see it a mile away.
It's hard.
It's frightening. And the saddest thing is, if you're young, it's a hard world to take. And this is why with social media, it's really weird where I engage in it so much because I'm at work, but I don't engage in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a difficult world to navigate, because I do feel sorry for a lot of younger people, because the education on what's actually real and what's not is kind of hard to tell, you know, and actually putting in certain fundamentals, they're not exciting, they're not, you know, let's be honest, like, growing a following or growing an audience and keeping them engaged all the time is hard work. You can't do that when you feel like it. You have to do it to do it. You know what I'm
They
saying?
they don't know what
And-
commitment is. Like, I ask people every day in the gym, especially the youngs. I say, what is commitment? And nobody can really tell me the answer of commitment. Like, my definition and your definition of commitment will be totally different
Yeah.
from a lot of other people. So a lot of people that talk about commitment, I think, are you willing to invest in yourself financially? Don't get nothing back from it. Are you willing to spend how much all this equipment costs? Like, don't tell him. You know what I mean, man? Like, people at your door, John.
A bit.
Trying to get in the back. Like, are you willing to invest that much money financially in yourself and not get nothing back? Are you willing to invest in yourself to the point where you're gonna put out a project, do something, create something that you may not see nothing happen with it for years, months? But these youngsters, a lot of people now, they think it happens where you start something, new job, clothing company, personal training business, a media company, and straight away you're going to be a millionaire.
People knocking down your door. Nah,
Are you
don't
willing
work
to
like
sit
that.
back and go, do you know what, I believe in my team. I believe in my team. I'm just going to plant that seed. Shout out Nick Nagaka. He told me something like about a year ago and I can't stop thinking about it. He said, Jay, you're planting seeds. And I said, I planted so many seeds. So now, look at this now, the biggest tree in the forest, John. The biggest tree in the forest, that seed got planted how long ago? It took so long to grow. So you could go plant a seed now. My son does it in school. You plant a seed, water a little thing, look at water on it. Do you know what I mean? Look at sun.
Yes.
A week later, boop, boop.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's as far as it grows. It doesn't go any bigger than that.
No.
But them trees that grow the biggest, you leave them, you water them.
Yeah.
They're there for ages. The roots are growing there.
Yeah.
You can't see the roots, but they're growing. But eventually, when they grow, Jack and the
exactly.
beanstalk. You understand? So all these years, everything that's happening now, especially for me or you, is because we understand that we've planted seeds. You don't abandon the seed. You've been watering and treating that seed. That seed may not have grown straight away. It's not sprouted, but you ain't gone. You know what? Let me start again. You believed in that seed. You're looking at that seed. Everyone else is looking at it going, nah, that seed's dead. Like, Jay, yo, bro, dig it up. Plant a new seed. And I'm like, nah, my seed's growing. And then all of a sudden now, look, boom, it's going boom, boom, boom. All these big seeds are growing. And these youngsters are not willing to plant a seed, leave it, look after the seed, water it, nurture it, and let it get patience and let it grow into something real.
And this is something that I kind of want to talk to you about a little bit to know what you're thinking, is because I think this is another thing that social media gives you a warped idea on, is the guarantee of a success or an outcome. So I always call it like everybody gets the same opportunity to do something, but we're not all guaranteed an outcome. So it's one of those where I feel like a lot of people will do things and then expect an outcome when realistically it's not guaranteed. It's never guaranteed. So I kind of have a thought in my mind where I want to ask you. So the opportunities, as we know, are things which come along, but you have to be in a certain place to be able to make the most of those opportunities. But the actual outcome of what those opportunities may bring are never ever guaranteed. So how would you kind of, to a person who doesn't really get that, what would you say?
Yeah, so every single morning. Yeah, I'm back on track now. So I'm a bit sick in the head in a good way, with my thought processes. I'm very quite regimental in how I say things or believe in and try and make things manifest. I'm a big believer in that. Every morning I say to Mason, my biggest son, my eldest son, I say every day's a big day. Every day's a big day. And even to the point now he goes, yeah, Daddy, I know. Every day's a big day. Like I'm being babysitting Dad now. He'll be outside school. I'm like, yeah, every day's a big day, son. And he's like, yeah, alright. Like, I want to go with my mates. But, bro, every day's a big day. And what I mean by that is, bro, you know them opportunities in my head?
Yeah.
You know what I think about? Michael Jordan. You know why?
Yeah.
One time I heard Michael Jordan say, somebody asked him, I can't remember what I was watching it on. Somebody asked him, how do you feel about missing shots? How do you feel about a shot that you're going to miss? He went, I ain't taken the shot yet. So I'm going to think about missing a shot that I've not taken. And he said, every single game, there's somebody in the audience that is the first and last time they'll ever see Michael Jordan play. So I need to make sure that I give them a show. So, you know, when I meet you, anybody, this could be the last time I ever see you. So I'm going to make you remember me. I'm gonna give you something magical. And you're my brethren, you're my guy. And I think that, if that's a stranger I'm speaking to, that if I'm working with somebody I've never met before, all them disabled people that I train, all the elderly people that I train, I don't want it to sound like I'm being weird, but in my head, if this is the last time you're going to see Javeno or interact with Javeno, I'm going to give you something magical. I'm going to give you a memory that you can walk away with and go, yeah, you remember when Jay did this with me? You remember when Jay made me a T baby? You know what I mean? So when it comes to making sure the outcome is what you want it to be, bro, 9 out of 10 times it won't be. 9 out of 10 times, whatever outcome you want from something, it won't be that. But have you got the resiliency to say, you know what, cool, let me go again.
I suppose it's that I always feel like with what I do in general, I feel like always feeling like I'm giving the best of myself. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a work thing, whether it's anything in my life, I always feel like giving your best is something that, and I'm not saying that it has to be better than anyone else. I'm not saying it has to be, you know, you have to compare in a certain way. But I always feel like if you did the best you could possibly do at that time, then that's always good enough. I feel like.
Do you feel that though? Are you a bit like me where I'm not going to tell you my answer, but when you do things, so don't get it twisted, right? For the people watching, Jonathan's an elite athlete. Don't ever get it twisted, because he's slim and sexy. Don't ever think that this boy. In a minute, I'm going to get him to take off his top. I know we just said we ain't going to get people to take off the top. This boy's proper. Yeah? Proper athlete. So do you think that when you give your best, is it good enough? Do you ever think that it's good enough, or do you always think that, nah, it's not?
We're going into sports territory now. So
Nah, but this is the thing though, sports. But it links into business.
It links into business. I do feel like there's I don't know, because I feel like I'm on one of those kind of I do get what you mean, but it's hard for me to kind of describe in a way.
No,
because
do you feel like you give me your best?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You're lying.
It's one of those where I feel like it's always something that I feel like I can improve on. I always feel like it's a next level.
There you go.
Like
that's what I mean.
Else.
So you're lying. So you said that you give me your best. How many times have me and you done a shoot?
Yeah.
And you send me a video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yo, bro, whoa, sick.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, bro, it's wicked.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, what do you text me?
Yeah.
We can do it better, you know.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Nah,
but that's what I'm saying.
So I feel like for me, I think there's always another level to go.
Always.
I always feel like giving your best. I always feel like, but I don't want to ever feel like that's an excuse for me to do a shit job.
I
did my best. Nah,
where does it end?
I don't think it ever.
I'm scared. Like it's.
I don't think it ever.
You know what?
It doesn't.
Like I don't do drugs. Right? You know what I mean? And I do know a lot about heroin, but that's because I know people that have had cousins and sisters. Somebody, one of my friends, Italian Hammer, you know what I mean, was telling me about this thing called chasing the dragon.
Yes.
That a lot, like for the people that don't know, boom, you take whatever it is in your arms and you get high off the heroin, crack cocaine, whatever it is, and they're always consistently trying to chase it.
Yeah, it's always that first one is always the highest that you can ever go.
Yeah.
And then after that, it never quite gets there.
Bro, you know what I did the other day? I deleted all my content off my phone. Because I know I can create more. I'm crazy, I'm sick, I've got sick work ethic, but anything that I do, you know, I don't even watch interviews from all these things I've done this year. BBC, The Guardian. I don't watch them. Trisha, the GB News, all these things that I've done this year, I don't watch them because I think, I can do better. Do you know what I mean? So I think where does it end? I'm never going to be satisfied. I don't think you'll ever be satisfied.
I don't. Is
that healthy?
I think it's healthy to an extent where, as long as it doesn't erode away from the person that you are and your belief in what you're doing. Because if you're doing something and you always think, I can do better, and you're hard on yourself, and you're not like, it's almost like the person who's like, that was crap. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm down on myself. Or there's people who are like, that was good. let's go again, but let's do it better now. So we know what we're doing now. So let's go again. Let's do it better.
It's pressure, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel
it's pressure,
but I feel like there's two different pressures though. There's good pressure and there's bad pressure. So it's like when you feel like, I suppose, pressure in a way is good. Like, so it's like when you do competitions. Like, so you're there. That kind of pressure, I feel like you have to rise to the occasion. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's often bad pressure where it's like it erodes away from who you are as a person. In my head, I'm always like thinking to myself, like, you know, if there was more than 24 hours, I'd loved it. Like, sometimes it's like I don't want to go sleep, but I know I need to because, you know, I need to actually sleep so I can be better the next day. But sometimes I don't want to go sleep. I want to stay up and
I need to.
I want to stay up and carry on and do what I do. But I'm like, gotta sleep, man. Gotta. And sometimes as well, like I have to put it in my calendar to go to sleep.
Mad.
Because if not, I'll be up till 3-4 in the morning,
working,
just having a look and doing stuff.
Oh, but your pressure sounds a bit different to mine. I feel bad pressure.
Yeah.
I feel bad pressure, like it, like I've got a duty of care now, and because the way things have been going mad. An example being, I told this story quite a few times, but I've got a lot of disabled people that message me every day now. One young boy. Amazing young boy, and I'll never tell people or show people. I'm not one of them to post it out on Instagram and social media. If somebody messages me something amazing, a beautiful personal message, that's love. That's a private thing. I'm not a clout chaser, so I'm not going to put that on my story. Look what so and so messaged me, because you know what I mean, that's so I'll message you privately. Young boy in a wheelchair. Long story short, watched a few videos of me and a few of my guys at the gym, and he said, you know what? My wheelchair's always defined me. After seeing what you're doing with your guys, I'm going to get out of my wheelchair. I'm going to start getting out of it more often. I know I can. And he replicated some of the stuff that he's seen me. And shout out my little brother Josh, Josh Coy, that what we did. And he filmed himself in his bedroom, copying what me and Josh did on the. Me and Josh did a little drill where he got up out of his chair and he's balancing and he stood up for about 40 seconds. Wicked. Yeah, I was gassed out of my head. This young man replicated that in his bedroom, set up his phone, filmed himself on his dress up, boom, getting up. And he's just screaming at the phone, Jay, look. And he was gassed, he was unbelievable, bro. And I'm not going to repost that kind of stuff because that's a beautiful moment that he decided to share with me. If I then put that on social media, that's me going, look at Javeno. It's a beautiful moment.
It's like self-satisfying.
So now, I've got a ride for you. I've got to create more. So if you've never met me in your life, but now you're devoted to my page, and seeing what else I've got for you, what other motivation, what other things has Jay got that I can try. I've got a ride for you now. So every week, to me, there's a pressure to create that and keep on inspiring them kind of people. And I say it's a bad pressure. It's an amazing pressure with amazing outcomes and amazing results, but there is pressure.
Well, I always, it's like what we were saying before about people not wanting you to succeed. I always say that to put it in a simple metaphoric way, that you see a guy in a nice car, man's got a nice car, wow, but there's always I always say, like, there's always another side to success that people don't see. So they don't see the responsibility that you have to take on. They don't see the pressure that you feel to be able to provide this for other people. And I say that a lot of people who look at what you've got and say, oh, I'm jealous, or I could do that, but they don't see that there's another side to that. The responsibility and the pressure to actually care for these people. And like, I don't doubt you really, really care. And that's a responsibility within itself, because nobody else puts that pressure on you. You know, if you said, I'm staying home today, nobody's going to be like, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. But you put that pressure on yourself to show up every day. Nobody else is doing that. If you stayed at home, no one's going to care. No one cares if you stay at home. Like, if you decide not to work today, no one's going to be like, oh, Jay.
And this is why you got to ride for yourself. And like in anyone's business, you have to be your biggest fan. You've got to be your biggest supporter. But see, with you coming from your athletic background, and now with this new amazing business that you've got, do you feel like your fitness and your health it's not staggered or taken a back, or if anything, taking a back step to your career? Are you still putting in work?
Well,
I know you go gym, but are you putting in work like you used
well,
to?
this is it. Like, because I always say that for a long time, athletics defined me as a person. It was the only place in my life where I found any importance. It was the only place that gave me any confidence. It's the only place that I ever felt like I was good. And I know a lot of people feel the same way. But obviously now, I can't say that it's like it used to be, because there's a whole different side that I've discovered within myself now, which gives me the same gratification, and it gives me the same drive, and it gives me the same passion. And I feel it's a place where I can, I can be great at. And so I always say, like, with this business now and the way it is and the way I want it to grow, that the balance is not there. And to be honest, I've forgiven myself for that in a way, because I know that if it wasn't for that in the past, I couldn't be where I am now.
Yeah.
And the things that have made me, defined me, have sort of like, have helped me in where I am now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I know that I can get that back, but I don't think currently, and I'm just getting used to not having balance at the same time. Like,
You gotta get balance.
yeah, and I feel like I will get it, and it's something that I am working on, but I say, like, it definitely does take a step back at
So
times.
what? My big
Yeah,
brother
go on.
Tyrone, shout
Yeah.
out Ty.
Yeah.
Me and him was having a discussion the other day, and when it comes, I'm gonna ask you first. There's certain things. So for you to do this good, other things have got to be in place. An example being, so with me now, I've realised that I need to be a monster in the gym. So powerlifting is something new to me that I love, but now it's giving me a focus and a drive to be monstrous in the gym. And when that, like, it's like a bunch of dominoes.
Yeah.
J7 is the end domino. In order for that end domino to fall proper, that first domino's got to fall right. And that is Javeno being a man of his word, practicing what he preaches, so that when I'm training people and I'm telling them to go to deep, dark places, I've been there. I ain't scared. I've been there hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Powerlifting has allowed me to do that. But now I found a new lease of life as regards to the coaching powerlifting. Like, I've got a squad of people that I'm coaching. I've got people in the gym that love deadlifting and squatting, and it's making me step up my education.
Yeah.
Like, I've always got my head in the books learning, but in order for J7 to be what it is, and for me to perform as the leader of my business and do what I'm doing with the community, I have to be in shape. I feel like if I'm not in the best shape, everything else will be affected. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So what does Jonathan need to be in place for this to be working good?
Well, yeah, I suppose,
my
like,
question
as you were talking, I was kind of like searching my head for what the best answer for that would be. I feel like for me, the support, really.
Yeah.
I feel like for me to be able to operate on the level that I need to be, and that's whether it's sort of like with my fitness, with my health, and there is a certain thing, like, so for me to say that I specialize in sports and health and fitness, there's got to be some kind of thing there. You know what I mean? And like, and with me as well, like, I always feel like I'm a monster. Like, I always feel like I'm a beast. Like, it's just, I feel like it's something that I identify as. You know what I mean? Like, so it's often like, people just become what they feel like they are. Like, it's like in my identity will always be athlete. So that's the way that I'm going to carry myself. That's the way I'm going to operate in certain situations. So that is something that is that ingrained in me, that it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
I'll always come back to that default of, I'm a beast. This is what I do. I throw weights around. I do somersaults. I do this. I do that. This is just who I am as a person. And I feel like, in general, for me to be this kind of person and to be able to look people in the eye, be able to actually give the best of me, I feel like it comes with having people around that understand the path and the journey. And it only dawned on me, like, you know, the other week when I'm talking, it's like I genuinely, it sounds like I'm trying to give some kind of speech or whatever, but I really don't have any fat like that needs trimming in my life right now. I'm only around people who are on their own personal mission, like yourself. Like a lot of people, like
Did you see my post this morning?
Yeah. Am I just regurgitating
Big
your
man.
post in this one?
Big man,
Yeah.
go on my Instagram.
Where's my phone? I don't even know where my phone
No,
is.
just do it later.
Yeah.
I put up a post this morning
Yeah.
saying, I'm on a new wave. Check my
Yeah.
wave.
Mm.
You know when I see you on site,
Yeah.
if you don't make me smile like a chipmunk,
Yeah.
I can't be around you. Because you know what I believe? My energy, my vibe, is and my happiness is a gift. That's the gift that not everybody deserves to get.
Yeah, 100%.
So now I'm sick of being, not getting pied off, but you know, if I'm on my Javeno shit, and I'm bursting with vibes,
Yeah,
and you're the kind of person that doesn't receive it well or give it me back. I only want to be around people that give me it back. I want to be around people that before you even said a word, when you walked in,
yeah.
within 2 seconds, like, yo, John! I want to be around that. Hugs. Man hugs, not man nipples, man hugs.
Me and Jack.
High five,
yeah.
spuds. I want to be around that. And if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't,
If
if you're not that person, where on site, before I even say anything, you say anything, if me and you ain't looking at each other smiling, saying, yo, you know that ones? Bro, I can't be around you.
Yeah.
I'm cutting you out of my life. This is why certain people.
Well,
This is why certain people now I don't rant with, because you don't make me smile on first impact. Before that, me and misery in his company, it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah. And it's funny as well because I was having a conversation with Mikey. Shout out Mikey, fan actor.
Big Mikey.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like we have that conversation all the time, and when it comes to certain situations, you kind of seem a bit aloof and a bit indifferent.
Yeah.
Because you know that's just not your vibe. I can't relate to what you're talking about because that's not what I live. That's not who I am. So when it comes down to moaning about people, gossiping, this and that. Yeah, I mean, I can listen for a time, but I know that's not what I talk about. So I'll either change the conversation or I'll remove myself from it. So like I said as well, like I don't have anybody around me now that doesn't give me that same energy, that excitement, that passion for life, that let's go out and smash it. Yeah, we could do this, or let's start a business. Let's see what we can do together. Let's generate something. Let's get some hype around us. Let's do this. Let's do that. And if that's not what it is, I'm just out.
Yeah.
Like I can't, and I feel like for me as well.
You think that's come with age?
Yes, like
I think
you just know what it is and isn't.
I'm at the age where I don't give a rat's back. I don't care. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. Hey, this man. You know when my little boy was born? My little boy, Leo, was born 5 months ago. You know when my first son was born, Mason.
Yeah.
I had people at the house, and I'm like, he's got to be there for ages. You can't say nothing though, because everyone's come to see your kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, congratulations. I'm like, alright, cool. Yo, like tired, you know. You tired now? I've been there for a while. Now, bro, that was with Mason. You know, with Leo, you know what I said? I said, you got 10 minutes. You think I'm joking? I said, I gave him time slots, bro. I swear to God, I gave him time slots, like, to the point where there's times where I'm like, yep, right, you got 2 minutes, you got 4 minutes, you got 1 minute. And they're looking at me, and Laura's looking at me like, and I'm like, yep, you got 4 minutes. And then when time's up, I'm like, alright then, cool, thank you, you gotta go now. Cool, I don't give a rat's batty. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I'm at the age where I don't care. You have to set boundaries, and I think it's the good age to be, where you know yourself, you know what you want, you know how you want it, you know everything about yourself.
Yeah.
I don't care. I think it's so good not to.
You know what it is as well. Like this is something that I keep saying lately that I fully just believe. At this moment in time, in this time in my life, I don't have time for anybody who I don't feel like is going to be in my future. And it sounds bad, but like one of those things where I'm 33 years old, yeah, and I feel like there's certain things which I've kind of, and I think you only know this within yourself, don't you, sometimes, and you think to yourself, I've put up with a lot of stuff because I've not just put boundaries in place and told people to dust. You know what I mean? Like, or I've made time for people who are just temporary, and I don't want to be a temporary anything to anyone. I don't have time for temporary relationships, temporary dating, temporary, oh, this person just calls when they need
But you feel
something.
powerful though when you get to that stage in life.
Yeah,
It's an empowering thing.
Yeah, because in my mind now I'm thinking, right, I should have done this years ago. Years ago. Because now I feel like it just it helps you see better, and it's something that everybody should do at a certain point. Because it's like, right, I'm going out now, spending time with this person. Why? Do you know what I mean? Like, because like it's one of those, isn't it? Like I've not like, and you think to yourself, like, why am I here though? Listen, like, and sometimes you'll notice that those kind of people, yeah, it's kind of your fault in a way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't set those boundaries, people think that they can, when they've got something to moan and complain about, they can come to you and come run off the mouth and unload all that negativity off you, yeah? And feel like, oh, I feel so much better, and you're there like this.
You know why I'm laughing, John? You know why I'm laughing?
Right, it's
you
mad.
got a problem. You know why you got a problem?
Yeah.
Because everything that you're saying, you sound like me 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And if you're gonna develop to something like anything like me, you've got a problem. You ain't even got kids yet. Wait until you get kids. Your tolerance for bullshit is minimal. When you have kids, you start realizing who your friends are, who really writes for you. Even certain family members, you look at them different. Yeah, you start realizing who you actually care about. Right now, you have enough people that you think, I care about you. You're my friend. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. When you have kids, you start realizing who truly matters to you. Your tolerance for BS becomes that thing. I'm telling you now, my weekends, your weekends will get to the point where you go, if you like, I don't see. It's only certain people I leave my house for. I swear to God, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's bad, bro. When I say it out loud, yeah, it's bad. There's certain people. I don't even pick up my phone. Bro, do you ever look at your phone, man? Does somebody ring you? You be sat in your house and somebody rings you and you go. I do it all the time, bro. There's certain people I don't leave my house for.
Yeah.
And when I say, like, the other day I went to my brethren's house. Yeah, shout out Dave. And I said, do you know that you're lucky that I come to your house, because that shows you that I must love you. I must actually really love you, because there's certain people I'm not leaving my house for you because I ain't got time. Because I work 90 hours a week, bro. I'm here Monday to Sunday. I've got beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids. I don't see them as much as I should because I'm developing this empire. So that little window that I've got.
Yeah, that's valuable.
It's valuable. So in that little window, I need to be making sure that I spend time with my family.
Yeah.
And my friends who I class as family. If you don't qualify and you ain't certified, you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
So when you ring me,
no, and that's what it is as well, because I think for me, it's like now that I have a business and now that I have a livelihood which depends on me working in that business,
your business.
My time outside of that is just, it's more valuable now, and I can't, like, even the start of this year, it got to the point now where I'm like saying, like, nah, I don't care no more. Like, anything that's gonna come into my life now can come into my life, but I'm not going out my way for anyone now.
But anything that comes into your life
it
needs to understand your journey.
Yeah, that's it.
So are you coping with that? Are you putting them boundaries in place to where this is the thing though? So this is personal relationships, personal friendships.
Yeah.
Anyone that comes into your life now, have you put the boundaries on?
Yeah.
And do they understand the rules? And
that's it.
I don't mean rules in a patronising way. That do they understand how much you love this and how much you want it to develop?
Yeah.
Do they understand that for Jonathan to do well and succeed as a man, there's certain things that he needs to do? Vice versa with friendships and relationships. On the other way, they should understand it's a two-way.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
two-way thing.
I think what it is as well, like, 'cause I think intrinsically, like, you know, we've seen,
Man
like,
said
moving
intrinsically.
intrinsicalities.
In case you didn't know, Google that. That's a word. I said intrinsically, you idiot. You're sick.
But
Go on.
like, I feel like because of the type of person I am and what I do as well, I'll very quickly figure out, okay, this is something that's important to someone, and I'll do my best to try and help them towards that. Because, like, you know what it is, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a relationship or whether it's my family or the people that are around me, I want to be on the winning team.
Yeah.
So if I can help you win, I'm going to help you win. And I feel like people who want to help me win should help me win.
Bro, what do you think this is, man?
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's mad?
That's it.
This is real. This is real.
Yeah.
So shout out my cousin Trevor, Fat
Yeah.
Trev. Call him Fat Trev. I love him. Love you, Trev. We talk about this all the time. Yo, we love winners. Me and Trev talk about it all the time. Trevor will randomly ring me and just go, winning. I said, yo. I said, what? I just want to wish you a good day, my brother. Trevor's
Yo, I
sick.
love that shit.
That's my
I
bro,
love
that's
it.
my dog, bro.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah,
heart,
yeah.
yeah. So we always talk about, I love seeing my boys win. I love seeing my people win and do well. I look at it and I go, I'm so gassed. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So when somebody isn't like that, is it a mental issue? Like, this is not being weird or patronising. Is there something wrong with you to look at another person, man or woman, doing well in their field and just be sat there vexed, screwing up your face, hating? Like, I'm not like, this is, bro, I swear on everything. I swear on God. I keep hearing the youngsters say, on God. Like on all the rappers, on God. Yeah?
God. Let me say it into the mic.
On God.
On God.
Yeah? So I swear on God. Yeah? I've never hated on nobody in my life, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like anybody, any other trainer, anyone in my field of work, anyone even close to my field of work. I've never looked at anybody and gone, who's doing well and gone, damn, and hated on him. So when someone's a hater, is that a mental issue? Surely it's got to be, something's not twigging.
Well,
some screw must be loose.
Well, this is my point of view as well. Like, people who do that, I always feel like it's like somebody who, you know, they lead with their ego. I always feel like there's kind of like a, you know, that's it. Deep down, it's an insecurity. So it's like, do you need to? I always say, like, because I'm like realistically as well. Like, I'm not the kind of person who will. Sometimes I'll enter a room, and if I know someone, I might be, you know, over the top, or I might shout or whatever, and I'm pretty cool. But I feel like I'm not the kind of person who needs to announce myself all the time when I walk into a room. Yeah. You don't need to walk around here with your chest puffed out for people to know that this is your place. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't need to be like, does everybody know who owns this place?
You know, people don't even know I own this place.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know, when people walk in,
yeah.
people don't even know that I own this place.
Yeah.
If you're a new person,
yeah.
Because I don't portray that.
Yeah, and
I'm very proud of it.
I feel like that's the thing. Like, people who do that and do hate, I feel like they're just massively insecure. That's how I feel about it. And there's something that's not right within them, and they're trying to project that onto other people. And I feel like that's exactly what it is. And when you're around that, I feel like now, because I've gone so much the other way, and I'm around people who, you know, like, let's be honest, like, most of the time I need people in my life who are not going to just support me, but tell me when I'm on some, you know, bullshit. Tell me like,
check
bro,
you, just to put you in check if you need to.
Exactly.
Put you in check if you need to.
And that's it. So I feel like people who hate, I feel like there's
you've got that though.
Deep.
I think you've got that. I know your peoples. Shout out a bit of because them man will tell you the real.
See these.
And listen, if anybody make sure when you watch the podcast, tag these man. So people can go follow them. These man can jump, long jumpers, triple jumpers, sprinters, legs. Them man are athletes.
There's enough of us out here. And you know what it is as well, like, these are, like, because I remember, like, because obviously, when I used to do a lot of videos and stuff like that, I used to do music videos and all that stuff, and, you know, like, when you get these youths and they're lying in all the bars and all that stuff, and they're saying all this stuff, and, like, I remember having a conversation with OB, shout out OB, yeah, so I said, like, what if I just released a record now, OB, when I said, yo, I was shanking man and I used to sell drugs when I was 5. He goes, I'll be the first one on BBC News to tell him that you're a liar.
You're a liar.
Nah,
Man. You ain't done nothing.
He ain't done nothing. He
Liar.
wasn't on road. Shut up, man. You ain't doing nothing. I'll be the first one on BBC News with my mum and my sister telling him that you wet the bed.
In the audience like that.
Yeah.
Waiting to snitch.
Because I'll be the first one to tell you, I've known him all his life.
Yeah, he never sold that.
Yo, he's not even sold sweets.
I had to get rid of one fool from here. Yeah, you know who you are, you punk. Yeah, put this out there. What you know who I mean?
Yeah, man, I know.
Yeah, I had to get you liar. You damn liar. He's lying about lying. You have to get rid of him. Bro, that's another story for another day. You liar. You damn liar. You damn Pinocchio. You damn liar. Yeah, you liar. He's a liar, bro. Yeah. You know who I mean as well. And we'll work out the editing.
The thing is as well, like I'm the same as you. Like I'm a bit too old to beg it now.
No.
Like, and I got nothing to hide. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I know it's one of those like where I think no matter the successes that come, I'll probably still be wanting to go to the next level, but I've still got a way to go yet.
There's always levels.
Yeah.
There's always levels. There's no ceiling.
Nah, no.
There's no roof on this.
Yeah,
Do you know what? When I think about it now, just popped in my head. I don't know whether it's it's not hatred. I was just saying that I've never hated on nobody. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know whether it's it's anger. It's not even hatred. It's anger. About anger to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Then drug dealers, I can't stand you fools.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Reason why I was thinking about hatred and jealousy and enviousness and stuff like that is because I never hated on anybody in my field, bro. That's doing well.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people in my field, these fool drug dealers that have got multi-million-pound facilities. That's my dream. You bought my dream with drug money, and one day I hope to have a multi-million-pound facility that's built on hard work, craft, passion, and go get it. Just real get up and go get him. And when I see these drug dealers, I look at them and I go, damn, you've got everything. You've got a facility that's 5 times as big as mine.
Yeah.
And one day I hope to, on God, get get that with hard work and graft. You bought that by drug money and just being who you are. And I look at them and I hate them. So I don't know whether that's me hating or that's just me hating. I don't know the process and how them man have done it. Because I look at it and I go, you stole my dream. Does that make sense?
The reason this is quite a thing where I do look at that in a certain way and think, yeah, well, but from my point of view, I don't think it's hating. I feel like it's one of those things where
I'm mad, fam.
Taking shortcuts. When does it ever work out? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like what you have and what you do, because like the way I see it for now, like is that what you've got and what you've done for people's lives is worth more than that anyway.
And I'll be here in 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And I look at these fools and I look at it and I go, damn, you got, obviously J7 now is bursting at the seams. I'm looking for a bigger facility. I'm looking to level up. And when that day comes, I'll be blessed. And I'll be happy. But I look at these drug dealers who are just using health and fitness to clean money. Bro, like I said, I'm at the age where I don't care. I'll speak on this. I don't care. It's the truth. It is what it is. Real, recognize real. And I'm always taught that real shit. They're using drug money they're using health and fitness to clean their money. But yeah, I'm looking at that as not about you cleaning your money, how much money you're making. You bought my dream. I'm dreaming one day to get a facility the size of Pure Gym. That's J7. You guys have bought that with drug. You bought my dream. By selling your poison. You see what I'm saying? And there's a lot of them out there now. There's a lot of them out there, and I'm looking at them, and I keep seeing them, and I'm looking at them, and I'm just getting madder and madder. But you know what? I need them. I need them because they're making me work harder.
I was gonna say like
they're making me go insane.
And this is why I love it, because I feel like with you as well. Like there are things that you don't like. There are things that you can't stand.
You remember at the start of the podcast we were talking about when I said I hated the industry. That's one of the sections of the industry that I hate. But that section of the industry, it's getting bigger, Jonathan. There's so many of them coming in, and that's what I mean about And people are afraid to call. I ain't afraid to call nobody out. There's
Nah.
levels to this.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
I'm always ready to show out, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always ready to back it out.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to
know, yeah.
to put it on the table and say, yo, this is what I can do. This is what I'm about. This is my talent for the world to see, and I'll put that against anybody.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna get nobody that can outshine me with passion or dedication. On God. You ain't gonna. On God. You ain't gonna get nobody on this planet, bro, that can that can ride for this like me.
Yeah,
and I truly believe that. So when I'm watching that section of the industry get bigger and bigger, I look at it and go, why are they still here?
Yeah.
Why aren't people speaking out? Why aren't people saying, you know what? Drug dealer, he's got a gym. Drug dealer, he's got a gym. They're shit at what they do. They're not educating nobody.
No.
Not making nobody fitter or healthier.
No.
It's just drug dealers pushing money and cleaning money.
Yeah,
People speak up. Speak up. You got a mouth, speak up.
And I think sometimes as well, that's the other thing where I feel it's like you're using what I do, what I love, my passion, and what you're doing is you're getting your money and you're wiping your ass with it, basically. That's what you're doing. You're giving this front and it's an empty shell. The substance that you have, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, nobody's coming down there to interview them about what they're doing for the community. Nobody's coming down there to you know, Trisha's not ringing them up. You know, people don't care about, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's those things where I feel like that's where it really does shine through. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, calling people out and just saying exactly what it is. And I feel the same as well. Like, from my experiences with what I do. You know, I'm not hiding behind my camera.
No, bro.
It's like, you can go out and buy a better camera than me. Go on then. But are you going to put that hard work
you can't
in that
put it in like
dedication?
you
can't
do
put it
the
in.
wizardry. You can't do that wizardry like you.
Because, you know, you don't know it. You don't want to do it. You don't, like, you know, when people, like, I always say, like, you know, staying up late watching TV. You'll stay up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning watching Bridgerton, yeah? But you won't read a book. You won't think, you know what, I've been thinking about starting that side business, you know, I'm going to do it. You won't do that.
You won't take that leap.
And then you want to look at people like yourself and people like me who are like, oh, you're not seeing that? You're not seeing that on TV last night? You're not seeing that? Oh, you should watch that, you know? And you're like, okay.
Bro, you know what's mad? You ever speak to people, yeah? Me and my missus was talking the other day about this. I speak to some people and they say, yeah, I've watched all 6 series of that. I've watched that twice. I've watched that all 6 series. And I'm like, I ain't even got the time. How'd you get the time to sit through all of them box sets? I literally get home and it's bedtime again, and then Groundhog Day, wake up in the morning, get back in my car, back in work. And I think that's the struggle and balance that we're gonna have, where it is a bit like Groundhog Day. But you know what? I don't mind it because I think the success will come with that hard work. You can't that work rate. There's only that at the end of that road. There's only going to be success and achievements, man.
I always feel like it's like what people say about luck, isn't it? That, you know, that
the harder you work, the luckier you become.
Yeah, it almost like seems to fall into place. Like, you know, all these blessings that you get, they're not because you just showed up one day, oh, what's this? And that, you know, there's a lot of things that you do in the dark that people never see. And, you know, there's a lot of work that you put in that people just don't appreciate. And, you know, I suppose for myself as well, like, understanding that it's not for them to appreciate. It's for you to know, and I always look at it like this, and it probably comes down to health and fitness as well. Like that, I feel like a lot of people, the reason that they have a lot of these things like depression and anxiety is because when you know inside yourself you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I feel like it erodes away on the person that you are, 100%. And it erodes away on your confidence and your self-esteem, and you know, like when you are doing everything that you're supposed to do, and you are putting those plans in place, and you are smashing it out the park,
and you're planting them seeds,
and you're planting them seeds, you know, your confidence is up here. You're you know what I mean, it just oozes out of you. And when you see,
you feel like you get to a point where you feel unbreakable.
Yeah, exactly. And
you feel unstoppable.
Yeah,
you feel
that's
like a tornado that's just getting bigger and bigger.
And that's the way that I see it. Like, you know, it's almost like if you're out having a drink when you know really you should be going to bed, you should be preparing for what you need to do the next day. You know that's not what you should be doing. You know, and I feel like over a certain period of time, and the difference between who you want to be and your actions don't like kind of align, then the worse it'll get. And I feel like you'll live in a bit of a turmoil because that person that you want to be, that person that you feel like you need to be, you're not, and you know you're not.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like that person that you that person, not that you project to everyone out on the on the daily basis. You can put on a front to an extent, but that person, just before you go sleep at night when you're all alone and you just kind of you're just you. Do you know what I mean? Like that person knows.
Yep.
And I feel like it always comes from there. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're done. I think we're done here. But that's one of many. Thank you very much, Javeno, for sharing your thoughts, your inspirations, your passions, and I truly believe it. So thank you very much. And that's it for now. Yeah, we're out. We're out.
Spin it, back it, slap it. Boom!